Let's hear it one more time for Bay Shore High School. How you doing? Good morning, everybody. It is the 5th, and I should be out here with a 5th. It is the 5th Bradenton area river regatta. I'm thrilled to be here because in Pittsburgh it's 10 below. And we love it here. We are honored and privileged to work with so many of you, both in putting an action plan together and, of course, in your corporate sponsorship. This is like a reunion. When we look at this 5th Bradenton area river regatta, it is a reunion. And what's a reunion? It's a family. And to start it off is really our unofficial LOC, Local Organizing Committee chair. He goes by an unofficial title, but he offers so much counsel, so much advice, and so much support. He is the owner of Pier 22 and Hugh Miller Investing. Ladies and gentlemen, Hugh Miller.
Thank you, Mike. Well, it's a privilege to be here again today. And on behalf of Pier 22 and our new sister restaurant, The Grove, out in Lakewood Ranch on Main Street, I want to welcome everybody and thank you all for being here today. Excuse me. So, you know, it's like Mike said, it's a 5th year, and I'd like to thank Mike. I'd like to thank ISM for bringing the wonderful opportunity to our Bradenton Palmetto area. We've been lucky enough to play a part in this river regatta since its beginning. After 5 years in the making, you start to realize really what we've achieved. To me, what stands out the most is the incredible show of energy and spirit from our racers on the water and the valuable community members who extend their hand in support. There's countless emergency service personnel, local business leaders, individuals and volunteers that continue to make way for this positive growth and to allow this event to happen. And without those people, you know, we wouldn't be here today. So a big thank you goes out to all those folks and all their support. And if you're not involved from a sponsor standpoint, please get a hold of us. We'd love to have you on board. It truly is something amazing to bring this many people into our community to show off what we have. And as Mike pointed out, our friends up north in the Midwest are, you know, 70 below, 30 below, 20 below, you know, and it's cool here right now at 60. So we'll take that. It'll warm up into the 70s here shortly. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here, and I can't wait to see the races. I'd like to bring up next, we got Shirley Gruber-Bryant, the mayor of Palmetto, if you would come up here, and Carl Callahan representing the city of Bradenton to say a couple words. And again, thank you all for being here today.
I would like to certainly thank Hugh and Mike and the organizing committee. This is another great day for us. 5 years. It is fantastic that we get to host this every year now. To bring so many thousands of people down here to the Riverwalk over to Bradenton and to Palmetto is just a huge economic opportunity for us. We look forward to it. We like to have a lot of fun with it. And certainly having to stand in for the mayor today, he did call me and tell me one thing. He said, I promise 7-degree weather and sunshine. So we're looking forward to that, excuse me. And I certainly want to thank all the sponsors, the public safety folks that are here. This thing certainly cannot come off without you. We know that on the day of the event it will be seamless, but it is far from that. It is a huge amount of work that everybody here has put into it, will put into it, and we look forward to a great day. So on behalf of the city of Bradenton, we certainly thank you all for being here, helping us participate in this, and hopefully having a lot of fun with it. Thank you.
Thank you. And like Carl, I would, on behalf of the city of Palmetto, I would like to express my appreciation for everybody that's been here. But again, I want to reiterate just how many men and women have worked untold hours to make sure that this comes off as a very safe and enjoyable event. And we cannot magnify that enough to really cover all the different people that have been involved in bringing this forward. We're looking forward to another great event, and unlike Carl, I'm going to be praying a lot about the weather because this is Florida, you never know, and frankly I know it's really cold up north, but I'm a little chilled out here myself. But there's going to be events on both sides of the river as usual, and there's going to be shuttles, and we want to make sure everybody comes out. They have an opportunity to attend all the different events that are going on both sides of the river, and we want to welcome everybody to come to this area, enjoy, have a great and a safe day. God bless.
At this point, we also have a special guest that this couldn't come off without them, and I'd like to call up Chief Bevan for a couple of words about, see, that's what happens when you just come out of a workshop and she's not there. So.
I didn't know I was speaking, but just to reiterate what Mr. Callahan said, we are all confident from a public safety standpoint that this event will go off without any issues whatsoever. You've got some fine law enforcement agencies from the county, from the fire side, from the police side, ensuring that this is really just a wholesome, fun family experience. We always ask for your cooperation in ensuring that we abide by all the laws and the rules associated with this. And by all means, be safe if you plan on coming out here on a boat, on a bike, in a car. Remember, there's going to be a lot of pedestrians out here, a lot of stuff going on in the water. So be safe and follow the rules. Thank you.
So I told you it was like a family reunion. Carl is like an older brother. Hugh's a younger brother. Chief, you're like a younger sister. Who else was up? Shirley?
Watch it.
And I'll just move along. Thank you, May.
Our chief has the flu today,
Yes.
and so I asked him not to join us, but we do have Captain Stinson here.
Yes, Mike Stenson has done a great job. Where are you, Mike? There he is. Thank you. Mike is like a cousin. He's not a brother, he's a cousin. Anyway, he's giving me the look. I'll move on. Manatee County, we couldn't do this without Manatee County. Are they here? Is Elliot or Sean here? No, they're not here, so they're out of the family. But Manatee County is a big part of this. David EZELL, if you could come up and just give us 2 seconds about just the, you wore your big uniform today. You're looking good. Get up here. You polished your badge. In all seriousness, David EZELL puts together an action plan with so many agencies. He's just going to give you a perspective about some of that.
Morning. We have a unique thing here in Manatee County. We have the only Type 3 incident management team in the state of Florida. We bring folks in from all the different disciplines. We have members of the team from law enforcement, fire, EMS, Department of Health. We also have specialists that come in from Public Works. And we literally have that entire planning team putting together everything, not only with the public safety assets, but also working with all the race folks. And that's what ensures that we're going to have a seemingly seamless event when we have the regatta a week from Saturday. But it's we're coordinating about 500 people doing different jobs, and it's like Carl said, it's a lot of work, but it's something that's worthwhile. It's a labor of love for us all, and we're just excited to be part of the event again this year.
Bullet, come here. This is my good-looking brother in this reunion. Sticking with the family reunion theme. We couldn't get any of this done without some expertise, particularly legal expertise and permitting. We're very happy to have one of our counsel here. It's not these good-looking people here from DeSoto. That's not a law firm, but they're fantastic and they're a great partner of this event. But representing all our permitting quickly, Kyle Grimes. Kyle?
Again, Kyle Grimes, and I've had the pleasure of working with Mike on the permitting side of the regatta for the last couple of years. And although he makes it seem easy and always sets it off without a hitch the past 5 years, it's not without a lot of planning and coordination to ensure both the safety of the participants, the general public, as well as the environment and protecting our marine species. And this planning is through the coordination with several state and federal agencies, including the Coast Guard, where we getting our marine event permits, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the Florida FWC, the Florida Department of Transportation, as well as NOAA, the Army Corps, and several others. And I've been working with them the past year to ensure we've gotten all our permitting and ensuring the safety of everything and the environment going forward. And looking forward for another great year out at the regatta. And so I'd just like to thank all those state and federal agencies, and looking forward to another year.
He's another one of the good-looking brothers in this extended family. Becky Sinrich, she's here. Becky, where are you? Here she comes with our lead observer, her dog. It's Drago. Drago. Yeah. Cindy, Becky, come on up here and just tell him briefly, Marine Observer.
Hi, I'm Becky Sinreich, and I'm the lead marine observer. We've got a team of about 10 people out there who are going to be watching out for the manatees and dolphins, making sure everything's safe before any high speed starts. We'll be on the bridges, we'll be on boats, and I'll be in a helicopter. And we do sort of all the environmental education. And just to show what a cooperative group this is, we combined our environmental guide with a full event guide. So Drago here is my ambassador, helping me pass out the event guides with all the schedules, and I will pass it on to Kristen.
A reunion wouldn't be complete with somebody in the family not going and getting high on us. Here's Christine Smoyer, world champion flyboarder. She came in from the other side of the state just to participate in this press conference. Christine Smoyer. Christine, we had a wireless mic, but we had a malfunction, or she'd be talking to you. We also are bringing in sea breachers that are going to perform with Kristen this year. Sea breachers are jet skis about that size, but they have an enclosed hull on them, and they're like little submarines. They go under the water and come out, and she'll be doing shows between the F2 and F3 races in the middle of the Green Bridge. If we could give her, because it's freezing out there, one more round of applause for Christine Smoyer. And she's giving free rides to anybody. You can line up over there and she'll take you up and away. So, she is the world champion. I see in the background somebody that's been with us all these years, and I'm going to ask him to come up. Vernon Desir, the sponsor of Zambelli International's fireworks, and also the choreographer and designer from Zambelli International, who came in for this, Zach Thomason. Vernon Desir and Zach.
Hey! I have no idea what we're doing, but
Talk loud into this.
so I need you to tell me where I fall in the family. Where am I in the family, though? I need to know where.
I was going to save that for the end. He is the Godfather.
Surely, I think he was protecting us. That's what he was doing. Great to see all of you. I don't want to add a whole lot to what everyone has already said, other than the fact that from the hospital and all of our staff, we love the fact that this is a family event and that they can bring their kids at a picnic lunch and watch the boats and just really enjoy themselves. And that's kind of what it's all about, I think, is spending time with your family. And so we're thrilled again to be a part of this. All 5 years we've been here with you, and look forward to this continuing on in the future to be just one of our great showcasing events for this community. And we love the fireworks, and we love being a part of that. So next.
Again, I'm Zach Tamanush with Zambelli Fireworks. As Mike pointed out, I'm the choreographer and designer for this year's show. We're thrilled and proud to be back here for year number 5 and help cap off the night with another amazing display where we've got another great soundtrack, everything from Aretha Franklin to Imagine Dragons and even some hometown talent, We the Kings. And we love coming here. We love producing one of the best shows in Florida, and we're bringing all the biggest and best effects. We've got some great new stuff this year, Twilight Glitter with Midnight Blue Pistols and Tourbillons of Reports. It's just a great show all around, and we're proud to be here and help entertain the crowd.
Zach, somebody in the family asked me if you're married because you're so good looking. I didn't. Sorry, he's married. Robin, I'm sorry. He's married. Very quickly, we're really thrilled with the talent we have coming to play. When you look at this regatta, not only do we have the best and the world champions in the water with F2, F3, Christine Smoyer, we also have the best in the sky with Zambelli, but we also have some very, very world champion music going on. Del Couch, if you could just come up quickly and tell us about our headliners. Del Couch. Definitely one of my older brothers in the family.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be here again for the 5th year. We furnished the talent now for 5 years in a row. And this year I'm really proud to announce that 100% of the acts you're going to see, both in Palmetto and Bradenton, are locally grown acts. There's nobody we're bringing in from out of the country. And our feature act here in Bradenton is We the Kings, who started at King Middle School. Most of you know their stories. Warming up for them is Sam Wolf, our American Idol. And then on the other side of the bridge on Palmetto, we have Andy Purcell Band, who is an up-and-comer country music star who just recorded in Nashville a song for a major motion picture. So go see him. And of course, favorites Billy Rice are going to be over in Palmetto, and I get to play a little bit here in Bradenton with Shaman. But we have a really great lineup for you guys, so come out and see the music.
Thank you. Is John Gross here? Where are you, John? Get up here. He's in the family. He is one of the brothers. He's younger, but Firkins Automotive is a huge partner, and we're thrilled, just like Vernon. You've been with us for 5 years.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me here. First of all, I'd like to thank Mike for all the work he's done. I mean, this is a big undertaking. It's a very big job, and I tell you what, he's helped bring the community together. I'd like to thank the restaurant here for hosting again. It's my favorite restaurant. Not only do we have one here, we also got one in Lakewood Ranch now. Congratulations to the owner here. On behalf of Firkins, obviously I would like to thank all our military, our police department, and our fire department for keeping us safe and making the community what it is, and everybody that's here. We've been in business for over 70 years. We're very excited to be part of things like this and getting out in the community and bringing us together and putting on events and supporting our pirates and our DeSotos and the Queens and Kings and Queens and all that stuff. We got this great community, but you know, hey, look, we got we're very proud of where we're at. Business is great. We have the Motor Trend Vehicle of the Year. We have the SUV of the year, we got the truck of the year, and we're excited to have everybody come down and obviously buy vehicles from us so we can continue to do this great things and be part of this community. Thank you, guys. Great race. Let's go.
All right. I just saw my long-lost brother walk in from Manatee County. You got 30 seconds to get up here. Sean Walter, the Director of Sports for Manatee County. You now have 20 seconds.
Make it 5. How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
This guy is eligible, ladies.
No, you're not really. I'll tell you, I'm just excited this isn't in Pittsburgh press conference, so it's a little bit warmer down here. But I work for the Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. We're a department of Manatee County. Our task for Manatee County is to enhance the economic impact within Manatee County. In other words, have people come down here and spend money in our hotels, our restaurants, and attractions. What better way to do that than partner with a marquee event our 5th year? So this regatta is amazing. It provides our tourists opportunity to come out and enjoy themselves, see the beautiful river walk, Pier 22, and then provides our citizens something to do and be able to come out and really enjoy the assets we have built in Manatee County and in downtown Bradenton. So Mike, thanks for allowing me to be a part of it, and our department, thanks.
Hey, the reunion's almost over and the food's coming out, but we are absolutely thrilled and excited to have a new sponsor join us. They were first up in Pittsburgh. They are now down in Lakewood Ranch and in Fort Myers. Their president here is with us. He is a brother from another mother, John Goda from RTI Insurance.
Like echoing everybody else, I'm a Pittsburgh boy, and we're so glad to be down here and support the regatta where it's a little bit warmer. And we're a community-minded firm, and so happy to be able to support and be part of this. Part of what we're going to be doing at the regatta is we will be supporting the local VFWs. We will be having our team out there selling Cokes, and all the proceeds we will be giving to our veterans. We think that's a very worthy cause, and we'd like to consider that. So we'd ask you to come and support us, help us support our veterans, come by our booth, and we look forward to seeing you next Saturday.
We'd be remiss. He just walked in. He's late. He is the owner of RTI Insurance, the big daddy himself, John Foligno. He's looking around. There he is. The guy in the white hair, dark sunglasses, happy to be here. Yeah, thank you. It's a reunion, so you never know if a fight's going to break out next. We've saved the best for last. They are the patriarchs of this family, so to speak. They are the Powerboat Super League, the husband and wife team of Sam and Sharon Weiner. They make this happen. Sam Weiner, here you go. This is your show.
Greetings. I thought West Virginia, Mike, was the only state where everybody was related to everybody. I didn't realize Pennsylvania had that same issue. Great to be back in Bradenton, year number 5. Great for the Super League still to be going after 33 years. My partner Sharon Weiner and I started in 1987. Before I get into boat racing, anybody recognize anybody in this photo here that I have? I know it's kind of a long. Any Pittsburgh Steelers fans here in the room? In the restaurant? Anyway, you're probably wondering why I have this photo. I'm doing a boat race. 25 years ago, Sharon and I had the opportunity to be at a convention in St. Louis, and we didn't know who the guest speaker was going to be. And lo and behold, the guest speaker was Rocky Bleier, great running back of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And being a northern West Virginian, I've been following the Steelers since I was that high. So, of course, after he made his speech, I went up and I said, I'm a Steeler fan, Rocky. I said, I've always admired you. And he said, what are you doing? He said, my plane doesn't leave for 3 hours. He said, you got anything to do? And I said, probably hang out with you. So Sharon and I hung out with Rocky Bleier for 2 hours. And finally I asked him a question. I said, Rocky, Super Bowl 13, which is most people feel is the greatest Super Bowl of all the Super Bowls. I said, how in the world did you get up over Cliff Harris from Dallas and catch that ball in the corner of the end zone? You're my height, 5'7". How in the world did you do that? He looked at me and he said, strange things happen in the Super Bowl. And the reason I bring that up, Bradenton is the Super Bowl of the Super League. And those of you with the press, you can quote me on that. This is the Super Bowl. We have done 182 events in 33 years with the Super League. We have never had an event that was better attended than Bradenton, and that includes Pittsburgh, San Diego, Tampa, Knoxville. This is as good as it gets as far as attendance. And the reason for that is all the work that everybody puts into this. Enormous amount of work. We got a real treat for you. We've got some of the best drivers in the world that will be here. We've got 3 of them here today who are showing off their boats out front. Make sure you take a look at them when you leave the press conference. We've got Steve DeNicolantonio. Steve, Formula 3 driver from Punta Gorda, Florida. We've got Fred Durr, Fred, from Punta Gorda, Florida, Formula 2. And we've got Tom Ludwig from St. Petersburg, Florida. Tom, thank you for coming and participating in the press conference. Give these guys a hand. We've got quite a few boats coming from the north. Imagine that. A record this year, we've got 6 boats coming from Minnesota. 6. And I think they wish the race was this weekend instead of next weekend, because they're suffering up there right now. But 1,632 miles down here from Minneapolis down here, so pretty good haul. So that'll be a treat. You know a lot about the Formula 2 boats. We've talked about them for years. Formula 3, the Formula 3 boats that Steve runs, they only do about 90 mile an hour. And of course, your Formula 2 boat's 120 mile an hour, 0 to 100 in about 5 seconds, and they slow down to about 90 to do a 90-degree turn. So they're fun to watch if you have not seen them. You're going to enjoy it very, very much. One addition we've got this year, we've got some vintage boats that will be on display over in Palmetto. There where the Ferris wheel was last year. Make sure you get over and take a look at those boats. They'll be very interesting to look at. They'll be on display only, but they will, if you have families, bring the families over. They'll let the kids get in the cockpit. We can do photo taking. Should be a good time over there in Palmetto. Also, I want to thank both cities, Bradenton and Palmetto, for all the work you do making this great event happen, the Super Bowl of the Super League. I would speak longer, but it's cold here. So I'm going to end this. I'll end it with the immortal words of the late, great Vince Lombardi of the Green Bay Packers. And he wrote a book, his book that he wrote, Run to Daylight. In that book he said, winning is not a sometime thing. It's an all-time thing. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. And here in Bradenton and the Bradenton area at River Regatta, you do things right all the time. We look forward to seeing you at the race. Thank you.
Go Mountaineers. Hey, okay, what do you do at a reunion? Well, you eat. Before we eat, we're not going to pray, but we are going to remind everybody that Christine Smoyer is going to do a special show here the night of the regatta at 7:15 in an LED suit. And joining her somewhere here, Elliot Falcioni just came in. There, Elliot, you'll be with Christine, or you'll be up there. Do you want to say a few words?
Great to be here.
Great to be here. Another Pittsburgher from a long time ago. Marty, thank you for being here. You guys get ready to play. I'm going to give you a cue. Hugh Miller, thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for the Grove and Lakewood Ranch. all the agencies, public safety, public works, the mayors, the county. Thank you all. We look forward. You got a regatta. Thank you. Lunch is served. And good to see Bell's here, too. I'm looking way over there. Kim, thank you. Hit it.
It's a blast. Unpredictable. Every race is unpredictable. Hopefully it lays down here in Bradenton this time, and because we like flat water. The viewing for the audience is amazing here. You got the best view of the whole track. It's just fantastic viewing. If we've got great weather, it's going to be an amazing race. We've got people coming from all over the country to race in the race. We got Lee Daniels out of South Carolina, Jeff Reno out of Okeechobee. These two guys, they're Florida boys also. Who else we got coming?
We got Kashana coming out of Michigan, Minnesota.
Oh, we got two other guys.
Toby Hood's coming out of
Tyler and Mark Welch
Indiana.
are coming from
Right.
Minnesota.
So people from all around the country are coming to this race.
Probably be about 15 or 20 boats. And great race venue, great town, great party. Most of the racing's taking place up north during the season, and it's too cold up there. So we got 3 Florida races, and this is the first one, and it's going to be a great race. We like racing in Bradenton. This river is fantastic. You can see it's a light chop, perfect for driving our boats and going really fast. And the course is tight, and so there's a lot of action, and we are just rocking and rolling. We're going from 0 to over 100 miles an hour in 5 seconds, and you're strapped in super tight. I'm wearing a Hans device, a $3,000 helmet with oxygen and communication, and a 6-point harness. You're strapped in. They call it Formula 1 and Formula 2 because it's exactly like a Formula 1 car. There's no extra space, so you fit so tight in that cockpit. When you're jarring around, you're not really jarring around because you're so tight, and your head will bob back and forth a little bit as you're crossing the waves, and you could have a little bit of a sore neck at the end of the day, but for the most part, you want to be in there as tight as you possibly can and hang on, and it is just the most exciting sport you can imagine.
Well, I think what we've tried to do each and every year is to make it bigger and better, and we do that by accentuating some of the national acts and world-class entertainment that we bring into the event itself. So if you can imagine, this year we have 2 classifications of Powerboat Super League racing, and that's very rare on the circuit. Normally it's one or the other, but you know, we have F2 and F3 here this year, which is really going to provide an incredible showcase of drivers, speed and sound on this great river walk and the Manatee River. And then of course musically, I mean, we have We the Kings, you know, so we have national artists that are coming here, and the idea is really to not only accentuate the area, but showcase the great quality of life that people have here in Manatee County, Palmetto, and Bradenton. And this event is just one of the ways in which that happens. Well, I think it's really important to appease to a large audience, as you described. So, you know, young and old, I think, can appreciate all that we have going on here. I mean, in addition to the racing and the fireworks, you know, we have music all day long, on the hour, every hour, and it's multiple genres. So, you know, regardless of what your music taste tends to go to, there's going to be something for everyone here in that vein. We have kids zones, so you know, parents can bring their families to come into those. You have games and different things that they can do along the way. Of course, you know, there's all kinds of cuisine and food, great food, and to go along with what we're doing. And then just the overall atmosphere. It's a very friendly environment, and we advocate for that. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it very comfortable and enjoyable for just about anybody who wants to come down. And of course, the big thing is that it's all free. And that's probably the best component of it all, is that, you know, you can come down here and really, outside of the food, you don't have to pull anything out of your pocket. You can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Yeah, and it's done by, you know, the first family of fireworks, Zambelli International, which is actually headquartered in Pittsburgh. It has an office here in Florida. But what makes this show unique is that it's musically choreographed. So every show is really looked at, and music is applied to accentuate what's happening in the sky with what you're hearing musically. So I think that's one of the biggest features of the show. And if you haven't really experienced that, like if all you've really seen is just fireworks going off in the air, you really need to hear music accompanying it with it, because it just makes the show so much more deeper and realistic and ideal to hear. Oh yeah, I would say that if you plan on coming, you definitely want to get here early. Bring a seat because you can line up on the Riverwalk, and that's where you're going to have on the bridge and on the Riverwalk. That'll be your best places to watch all the powerboat racing that's going on, and of course the fireworks at the end of the evening. Parking, there's plenty of parking in and around town. That's never really been an issue. I know a lot of people think about that when they're coming into an event of this sort and this magnitude, and it is Manatee County's largest single-day event, but we seem to be able to navigate the parking issue real well. But I still would encourage people to come early, set your seat, and be ready for just some incredible world-class entertainment. Hey, joining us now is a real special guest. It's world flyboarding champion Kristen Schmoyer, and we are always happy to have you here because what you do in the world of flyboarding is extraordinary, and we're just glad to have you here.
I love this event. I look forward to it every year. Man, I get pumped. It's February. It's Regatta. I'm excited. Let's go.
Yeah, and this has to be one of the major shows that you do throughout the year because the crowds themselves are incredible. You're really performing in front of about 100,000 people by the time things really hit their heights at the end of the day, and that's got to be exciting.
Oh, absolutely, and it's all local. It's the community, and everybody comes together, and that is special. And compared to the other shows that I do, where it's an event and people come from all over the world, it's nice to see where it's just your community out there, and you get so many people there. You actually have to shut down a bridge. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
What are some of the challenges of performing out on the Manatee River here?
I would say the current sometimes rips a little bit, so I'll be up by the bridge and want to high five people, and I look down and my skis going under the bridge. So I'd say the current, but besides that, you have awesome staff here. It's been so easy for me. It's so organized, and when I'm not flying and it's cold out, there's so much to do for me to just enjoy myself. So yeah, exactly. It's fantastic.
What kind of show should people be prepared to see from you this year?
I'm going to get up there, hopefully high five some people on the bridge again, do some flips, hopefully not get a lot of people wet. And then this year we're actually doing a night show as well at Pier 22, and that's my favorite. I love to be lit up, and I come running in, and I'm like, it's a girl, and they're like, oh, there's a girl.
Well, not too many people know this, but Kristen was actually the 2016 world champion. So you are seeing the best of the best here, and we're glad you're here.
Oh, man, I'm stoked. Thank you for inviting me, and it really is one of my favorite events.
So, Sharon, this is the 5th annual Bradenton Area River Regatta, and the highlight of the event, as always, is Powerboat Super League Racing. We are so glad to have you here again to highlight this event. Tell us a little bit about what folks are going to be seeing this year, because we have not only one classification of racing, but two.
You have two classes, the feeder class, F3, and then the big boats, the F2. And in addition, there's a powerboat village, and we've got two boats there, and we will let people get in them, which is kind of fun. You'll be able to see what the pilots see, and frankly, that's not much.
What surprises people most about these boats?
I think, first of all, the start. We line them up. The engines are off. We drop a flag. At 20 seconds, they turn the fuel pumps on. Then the flag drops, and they all take off at once, headed for one buoy out in that river. That's pretty heart-thumping.
Now, most of the people down here are familiar with V-hull boats, but the power boats are nothing like a V-hull boat. Can you explain a little bit to the people that are watching what makes these boats so unique and why they're able to do the things they're able to do on water?
They're tunnel boats, which means basically think of your pontoon boat and then turn it into a small rocket ship. What we do is called packing the air inside that tunnel. That gives it lift, brings it out of the water. At certain points, only a blade of the propeller is actually in the water and biting. They control the boat not only with a steering wheel, but with what we call power trim. That trim allows the driver, or the pilot as we call them sometimes, to drop the engine further down in the water, grab it, and spin the boat around slightly to make that incredible cornering turn. Tunnel boats are the only race boats that can do that. There are other kinds of race boats. Maybe I'm slightly prejudiced, but I think tunnel boats are the coolest things on the water.
I have to agree with you there. And Florida features a lot of tunnel boat racers. I mean, the quality of racers that are here, and the state has produced quite a few racers. Can you talk a little bit about the competitiveness of the racers that are going to be appearing here?
We've got national champions, North American champions, regional champions, divisional champions. They're all here and they're all waiting to come. This is, by the way, the best attended powerboat race in the United States. I work with the sanctioning organization, APBA, and this ranks #1 in attendance. So it's something that everyone here should be very proud of. It's an incredible amount of work goes into this, an incredible amount of cooperation. And frankly, without your organization and the two cities and all of your sponsors, none of this would happen, and I wouldn't have the pleasure of being down here.
Can you just give people a little bit of the distinction between F2 and F3?
It's all in size of the boat and size of the engine. The F3 is a 56.1 cubic inch displacement. Its speed is approximately 85 miles an hour. That's an average. They go a little faster on the straightaways, a little slower in the corners, but not much. The F2s are bigger. They're a bigger boat, and they have a much bigger engine. They are a 2-liter carbureted engine. There is another 2-liter engine. It is fuel injected, and that's an entirely different animal. The carbureted engine works best here because we have a really interesting course.
So this is one of the top-rated venues on the APBA circuit, but what are some of the challenges that the racers face on this particular body of water?
It's tight. It is a long straightaway, but there are 4 very tight turns, which should be exciting for the crowd.
Yeah, so people are going to be in for a great day of racing, and lots of it between both classes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sharon.
Hi, I'm David EZELL. I'm the Assistant Fire Chief with the City of Bradenton Fire Department. I'm also a member of the Manatee County Type 3 Incident Management Team. We're the only Type 3 team in the state of Florida. What that team does is it brings expertise in from all the different governmental disciplines. We have members from law enforcement, fire, EMS, Department of Health. We also have some specialists from other areas like Public Works, and what we do is we bring this group together and we form them into a team that operates under the National Incident Management System guidelines, and we're able to bring that into coordination with all the other folks that are involved in the event, including the race organizers, the public information, and it just helps everybody stay on the same sheet of music as far as what we're doing with the event. It takes what would probably be a chaotic system and bring some order to it, so that we're able to have just a smooth event. And it's worked well for the past 4 years, and we're looking forward to another successful year this year. Well, this one's going to be obviously water heavy with a boat race. So we have the Coast Guard. They're the lead agency for taking care of everything that's occurring on the water. And their team is actually comprised of about a dozen different law enforcement agencies, as well as several fire agencies in Manatee County. And then to support that, we have the Bradenton Police Department over on the Bradenton side handling security. We've got the Palmetto Police Department handling the Palmetto side. We've also got Manatee County EMS that's going to have staff here. And we'll also have the Bradenton Fire Department and North River Fire Department on standby in case they need to bring additional resources into the event. Yeah, I didn't. We don't deal real heavily with the Marine Watch personnel, but I remember we did have I believe it was a dolphin sighting coming through, so there was a temporary shutdown for that. But there again, it works. The system that we have set up worked well for that. The Marine observers were able to contact the Coast Guard directly. The Coast Guard is face-to-face with the race staff on the operations dock, and they were immediately able to get the boat shut down so that we could get the marine animals through the race course. Yes, we will have the river will be shut down. We do have some windows that they're going to be allowing traffic to go through. Those will be between the different heats that the boat folks are going to be doing. So I know the Coast Guard's got a schedule for that, but common traffic is going to be shut down for the majority of the day on February 9th for the Manatee River. The emergency services have got the event well in hand. We've got not only our folks out there positioned where they need to be, we also have contingency plans in place in case something unexpected happens to come up during the event. The only suggestion for the public is that parking is always a premium for these types of events. We will be getting information out within the next week as to where the available parking is, and a rough guideline on how long it will take to go from that parking area down to the Regatta area. So we'll get that out as soon as we can, and just look forward to having everybody come out for another successful regatta.
Yes, good morning. I'm Del Couch from the Del Couch Music Education Foundation. This is our 5th year of involvement with the regatta, and we're happy to announce that today's schedule is 100% local talent. A lot of kids from my foundation have been developed, and they're going to be singing. But our big news is We the Kings, founded here in Bradenton, went to King Middle School. They will be our feature band on the Bradenton side, and Andy Purcell Band, which is an up-and-coming young country guy who has now played at the Swanee Music Festival and Hard Rock Cafe. He's going to be our featured country act in Bradenton, along with some local favorites, Shaman and the Billy Rice Band, and of course, Sam Wolf, our American Idol contestant, will be warming up for We the Kings. So we hope to see you all there and enjoy the music all day.